Okay, hello guys. Welcome to today's our lesson. So today we are talking about exercise about last lesson. Okay. So for question one, if you want to try yourself, you can pause the video and then do yourself. But if you want to follow with me, you can keep on going. Okay. So for y equals to 3 times cosine 2x plus 7 sine x plus 2. For x is bigger equal than 0 and smaller equal than pi, and you want to find its station point up here. So we can say first you can try to make a differentiation with that because every point has differentiation equals to 0, right? You can calculate the first differentiation for the equation. So 3 times cosine 2x, you can set that the value here is for 6 times minus sine 2x, right? And the 7 sine x is for plus 7 cos x. And plus 2 differentiation is 0, right? So the value here is 0. And we can just try to simplify a little bit. So for this equation, that is for negative 12 sine x cosine x. And plus 7 cosine x is 0. And we can say here, cosine x times 7 minus 12 sine x equals to 0. And you can calculate it here. For here we have two kind of solutions. So first is for cosine x equals 0, and second is for sine x equals to 7 over 12, right? So you can draw a graph here. So for sine x, we have, this is from 0 to pi. So we have two intercepts, right? We have two intercepts. So you can first calculate the x value using the sine inverse function 7 over 12 in the brackets, right? And we can calculate for the point x1. And we also know that the x1 and x2 is symmetrical by the vertical line pi over 2, right? So you can say x1 plus x2 over 2 is pi over 2. So you calculate the x2's value just using the pi minus sine inverse function 7 over 12, right? Okay, that is for this equation here. Okay, so that is for the question one, we can calculate the sine x. And also we have cosine x. So you can draw a coordinate here and then like draw a cosine x here. And make it so 0, so that here is only one intercept. So x equals to pi over 2, right? So we have three kind of steering point here, but also to remember that steering point is a point. You have to written down the coordinate of the point. So don't forget to written down the y-axis here, okay? That is for the question one here. And for question two, you said, show that y equals to e power of 2x over 4 plus e power of 3x has only one steering point and find its coordinate exactly, right? So we can also using the rules, like if we can set y equals to u over v, u and v are both functions. So we can set here, u equals to e power of 2x and v here equals to 4 plus e power of 3x, okay? That is a exponential function here. And we can set the differentiation for y, that is u differentiation times v minus u times v differentiation over v squared, right? So we can put a value into here. So v squared here is for 4 plus e power 3x squared, and u differentiation is 2 times e power 2x times 4 plus 3ex, 3e power 3x, minus u is for e power 2x, and then here is for 3 times e power 3x, right? And then you can just try to simplify a little bit. So here we can set like the limiter here is for a times e power 2x plus 6 times e power 5x minus 3 times e power 5x equals to 0, right? So we can set here, like it is 8 e power 2x plus 3 power e 5x equals to 0, right? So we already knew that they are bigger than 0, so they cannot become a negative value, right? So we can set here that there's no station point here, okay? There's no station point here. Right, that's for this problem. Sometimes the exercise maybe have some mistake in here, okay? That's for this our lesson. Hope you can truly understanding for that and understanding why we have for such solutions here. Okay, so that's for today's our lesson. See you next time. Bye.